East. Ding. Ba 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 ba. What is up, everybody? Let me get all this stuff out of here. What is up, everybody? Beans. Getting everybody in here. Fishing, how you doing? There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. How's everybody doing? It's a little dark. A little dark. A little dark. That's fine. I like the darkness. Darkness. What's up, Baba? Baba? What's up, Emo Pamaco? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while, man. We're doing something a little different. So for those of you that are going to be watching this on the rebroadcast, we're doing 15 minutes of Q&A at the start, 30 minutes of accident and near miss review, and then 15 minutes of Q&A to end. Okay, so these are going to be 1 hour live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. And on top of that, I'm reviewing 3 videos, only 3 videos for 30 minutes, so 10 minutes each roughly, of user submitted videos. So these videos will be videos that were sent to me on my Discord, and YouTube members and patrons get first dibs. But I got 3 videos here, one from Eddie, I got one from Simon Ash, and then one from MC Pro 40. These are near misses that we're going to be going over. So for the first 15 minutes, we're going to be doing Q&As, getting everybody in, and then there it is. So if you are watching this and you want to watch the crash or accident stuff, then skip ahead about 15 minutes roughly. All right, here we go. Now that I got that out of the way, the Naomi, oh snap, Ben Panu became a YouTube member. Awesome. Thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Is this bright? Oh, that's bright. What is this? We have YouTube members, patrons, and a bunch of other people. So welcome. So if you want to know how to become a member, you click that link right there, ddfmcrew.com/YT-member. There you go. All right, so let me go back. Fishing with Cowgirl. Oh, Juicy, you're watching one of my older videos. Nice. Fishing with Cowgirl, going to take my motorcycle road test this month. Good luck. You're going to do great. Scorpius, good afternoon to you. The Naomi 84. Hey, Dan, pass my mod 1 here in sunny England. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah, boy. That's awesome. That is so awesome to see. Is that better? Is that better to have that much light? I don't know. It's just my other screen. Go back to my Discord. It's a little bit dark. I could use this light. Let me see. Is this better? I took the tripod off for the Insta360 review. Got my first bike over the weekend. Nice, boy. Roger, we are weirdos in the dark. Yeah, I got a beard. I trimmed my beard a little bit. I did it myself. I wanted to test out the whole the long, just the chin. I think it looks fine. What do you guys think? Crazy beard-headed golden advice giving beautiful human being. Demir, how you doing? Woo! 2013 Honda CBR 500R. You're gonna have fun on that one. That's a good bike. Green Bay or Demarce? Demarce. You have to go with Demarce. Just from SNL, man. Good morning from the Philippines. About to get my Rebel after I finish all your videos. Awesome. You're gonna have fun with that. Been watching your channel for a month now. How to join? Welcome, Daggermouth. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. Man. The lighting is perfect. Yvonne, thank you. So guys, well, like I said, we got 15 minutes. It's 2 o'clock right now. 15 minutes. At 2:15, I'll start the accident scene stuff. So if you guys want to see, so this is Simon Ash's near miss. This is Eddie's near miss, and then MC Pro 40's near miss. They're slightly different. We got this one. This one is a vehicle pretty much gonna get in his way. Same thing with this one. And then this one's a little bit too fast. He went a little too fast in a turn. So we're gonna go and talk about that kind of stuff. So while we're getting ready, ask your questions. Anything that you want answered. and I am here for you. But we're just kind of letting people kind of come in and do all these things. Nia the Nickel God. I'm trying to plan to get my A1 license for late or early next year. Cool. You're gonna do fine, man. You're gonna do fine. How do you plan on doing it? Like, now I'm gonna ask you guys questions. How do you plan on doing it, man? What bike? How do you do it? A1 sounds. Is it a steak sauce? I don't know. Just kidding. I know. A1. Do I have a near miss video? So I used to. I have kind of like near miss videos at the beginning of my riding career, but lately, like, I don't know, like in the past 2-3 years, I really haven't had near misses because I just see a lot of the stuff that happens beforehand, and that's kind of why I do these videos, because I've seen these beforehand. I've seen a lot of the stuff beforehand, so it's like not a near miss for me. It's not a like oh crap factor. I think the most recent one that kind of took me off guard a little bit was when I was on Mount Lemon and the car went over my line, but I was already prepared for it. I think my reaction to it was a little much, but like when I look at it after the fact, it's like, nah, it wasn't that big of a deal. So if you see the hazards well ahead of time, you tend to not have near misses, which is what I want you guys to have. I want you guys not have near misses. I want you guys to see it well ahead enough time so you don't have them. That's what I meant. And that's why I do these videos, is so that you guys can see it well ahead of time. Let's see. The front tire was trashed, but I got to replace it. An oil change while I was at it. The mechanic gave me a seal of approval. Awesome. Roger, trading my Sporty in February. I'm torn between a Fat Boy and a Lowrider S with a breakout close third, 2020. Lowrider S is going to be a powerful bike, man. I honestly would pick that over the Fat Boy. For me, it will be between the Lowrider S, the 2020 Lowrider S, and the 2020 Fat Bob if I had to go Harley. But man, did you see the Indian Scout 20s? Holy crap. Serious. It's way better looking than any Harley I've ever seen. Indian Scout 20 is a sick bike. Indian Scout 20 Bobber, that's what it is. Scott De Leon, what's the battery life on the E4K while recording at 1080p looking at buying one from Iron? Dude, the E4Ks, if you guys don't know what they are, this is the E4K, and I got 2 of them. That's how much I love them. Dude, 1080p 60 frames per second, which will drain your battery. Like if you do 30 frames per second, it's obviously gonna be a little bit less. Dude, it lasts forever. It lasts forever. I'm serious. Like, that's what it says on the thing. It says forever. No, I'm just kidding. It'll last like well over an hour at 1080p 60. Like, it would be an hour, roughly an hour. Like, that's more than you're gonna need. Like, one battery will get you to and from work if it's a 20-30 minute commute one way. At 1080p 60, it'll do that easily. I think I've filmed 30 plus minutes at 2.7K 60 and still was doing fine. These batteries last forever. If for some reason you start to see like a decline in how long the battery keeps a charge, then just get a new one. They're cheap. I bought like 3 extra. They're from Newer, and then they have like a triple charger thing. And I never run out of batteries. I never run out. I run out of storage space on my 128 gigabyte SD card before I run out of batteries. All right, man. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Keep the Sporty. Yeah, Sporties are so good. I kind of wish I kept it. I traded it in because I was running low on funds, but then my retirement kicked in. My retirement that I pulled out, and I was like, man, I could have totally bought the FTR without trading in my bike. But no regrets. No regrets. No regrets. That just means I have more cash in my hand. Trading my Iron 1200 for the Heritage Classic. I've only had my bike since May, but want more. Do what you need to do. Iron 1200 is a good bike. Heritage Classic, it's a very retro bike. Hey, Walterific's in here. He says, I cheat and have a battery pack on my helmet so I don't have to keep changing my GoPro batteries. Yeah. My GoPro Hero 7 batteries last for quite a while. I do film spurts like in like 20 to 25 minutes film spurts, and then it gets edited down to like the 10 to 15 minutes with all the editing. So for me, it's not a big deal, and then I'll just like pull over and grab something to drink real quick or change out the batteries. And I just did a review on the Insta360 1X. Just filmed it, and it's gonna render after the video, and then it's gonna go up possibly today at 5 p.m. Maybe tomorrow. No, today. And yeah, I got two Insta360 1Xs right here. One of them they gave me, so I had to do a review. But I already had one since October. And I've been looking to, I was going to buy one anyways for Nikki on her bike. And I was like, screw it, I'll make a video for a free one. It was as simple as that. And I pumped it out today. Let me scroll back up. Let's see. Took a course in Cali last week. Loved it. Learned tons and highly recommend for Daggermouth. Did you, what kind of course was it? Did you pass? Was it like a beginner course? I shouldn't be asking if you passed. I mean, you learned something from it anyways. Beginner course, advanced course, what kind of course was it? Durham Highwayman, just passed my test and got a license on Tuesday. Thinking of buying a cheap old bike to get some experience before I go for a good bike. What do you think? Damn, I can read fast. Ah, I love my brain. Good cheap old bike. Perfect. One thing that can help. Oh, so you just passed your test, got your license. Okay, I was gonna say before you take the test. One thing that really helped me out with my shifting and clutch and all that stuff is practicing in like an old car on a dirt road. Because if you accidentally peel out, it doesn't jerk you. It just kind of peels out on the dirt. So that'd be easy to do. Yeah, I definitely would do that. If you could find a cheap old bike free, perfect. At the end of the day, when you hop on one bike to the next bike, the clutch, the friction zone, the primary controls, which is the throttle, all that stuff, it's all the same. Yvonne, what's 1080p? So 1080p is basically what your TV is. It's high definition. You know, there's 720, 1080p, 2.7K, 1440, 4K, which is like 3260 or 3280, whatever it is. There's just a bunch of different names for it. It's the aspect ratio of 16:9. See, I can keep going. There's 21:10. I'm sorry, 21:9, which is widescreen, which is what I'm using right here. I have a ultra wide. There's a bunch of stuff. So look in what you want. If you're gonna just do motovlogging, 1080p or 2.7K or 4K is what you want to do. 60 frames per second if you're gonna be on the bike. Love the new short videos. Hope it brings in more riders over these live streams. Yes. Tom, yeah, these short videos are working really well. It blew up my channel really, so I'm really happy about that. Well, I gotta say I do theory tests, which will be simple, and then I do 2 or 3 day long course. The one I'm going to give the student a Suzuki GN 125cc after I want to get a CBR or CBF 125. Cool. Yeah, they usually start off with lower bikes. We train on like the TO 250 down here and a few other 250cc bikes at Riders and MTC. You're gonna have a lot of fun. I was riding all day. My endorphin levels are through the roof. Nice. Just saying hi to everyone. And you, Dan, you're making me a better rider. Always on my mind when I ride. Nice, Demir. I'm glad your endorphins through the roof. Just don't let it cloud your judgment. That's all it is. Some people go and get that endorphin rush and aren't thinking about safety. But I'm glad I'm that little conscience on your shoulder that's helping you through. That's the beauty of it. 6 more minutes and we'll go and jump into this. Should I go through a moto class? King B 056. Yes. Take a beginner class. You'd be surprised. Even if you've been riding for a while, even if you take, I would start off a beginner class. Reset yourself. Literally, do a clean slate, wipe out that memory card, start a new game. That's what I would do. And you'll be surprised how much you learn. So, Walterific, yep, it's totally optional, though. I'm going to ride for 12 hours to Georgia, and that way I can keep my GoPro powered and use it. That is a very specific use case. Yeah, so definitely you're going to need a battery pack on your helmet if you're going to do it. Plus it, like, matches the rest of your helmet, too, so I could definitely see that. And then Bike and Bird and a few others do that, too, but me, it's just like, eh. And also with me, I just film with just the GoPro and like the skeleton case. So like right here. So I just have like this on my helmet, and there's no wires attached to it because I have, you guys know this by now. I have Tascam DRO5s. I got 2 of them, one for Nikki, one for me. Pretty much doubling up on everything so Nikki can ride with one. I have this in my pocket with my mic going through my jacket into my pocket, and that's why I have that little clean look on the front of my face, and that's why my audio seems to be pretty good. I think it's good. Junkie Jones and the Pico gang. You like Pico de Gallo, dude? I like Pico de Gallo. Dan, I understand that leader bikes are more than most people need, yet I'm absolutely in love with the 2018 Gixxer 1000. I would even go as far as say is the best all-around bike. What are my thoughts? So, a lot of these, like, especially the sport bikes at the 1000cc range, you're not going to utilize a lot of it. Okay. You're just not going to utilize a lot of it. It's almost like living in the city and having a four-wheel drive vehicle, and you never go off-road. Like, you're just not going to use it. You're not going to use the full 1000cc's, but let's say inside the city it starts to snow. You got a lot of ice. Damn, that four-wheel drive is going to come in handy, right? Everyone else can be slipping and sliding, not you with that four-wheel drive. It's a lot like that with the bike. So you got 1000cc's, but then there's that time you want to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the track, or that time, you know, I need to use that little bit of power to get out of this situation. Boom, you got it. So yeah, it would be great there, but for the most part, you're going to be in second, third gear all the time when you have like 5 to 6 gears. So I would pick what you're going to use it for. I don't know if you just like the 1000cc portion of it, because you can get like a 600 and it'll be just as fine for you. Really got to figure out what you're going to use it for, though. For me, I got a 1200, so I'm all talking down about 1000, which I'm not. I started off on a 1200cc Sportster. I have a 1200 FTR 1200S, and that's the thing, is I don't use the full power on all that stuff. I just want it. So I mean, I get the case on that. I get the case on that. When you get on the interstate, it's wonderful. I love it. You got power for days. My thoughts on that. Those are my thoughts. If you have the cash and you have the time for it, do it. But I think any other bike after what I have now is going to be a lower CC. I think my next bike will probably be like a 250 or a 300. And that's because the use case for it. I plan on going off-road and having a DRZ 400 or a TW 200 or something that's like that would be better for me. We got 2 more minutes. I'm going to scroll through some of the stuff. Remember, the last 15 minutes of the stream, we're going to do 1-hour streams from now on. Tuesdays and Thursdays. The first 15 minutes is going to be Q&A, 30 minutes of accident stuff, and the last 15 minutes of Q&A. So if I don't get to your questions, you can always get it at the end. So I'm gonna do lightning round for these last ones right here. Daggermouth beginner course. Yes, take a beginner course. Would you ever consider electric bike, or is it not really a thing? Juice. Yes. So when I talked about getting like a 400cc or a 200cc dirt bike or off-road bike, I'm open to the option of an electric bike. So Zero makes like a dual sport bike, and it's completely electric, and I have solar panels, so my electricity bills are like $20 a month, no matter how much I use it for. So yeah, I could definitely charge up my bike and then go off roading for a little bit and then come back. So I'm definitely open to that. All right, so I said lightning round. So my wife wants me to learn. We're saving up for her first bikes and eventually got a pair of Heritage. Looking forward to it. We can't wait. Awesome, Tommy. Learned a lot from my videos. Yeah, boy. Good evening. Tech it out. How you doing? Any idea how to remove the speed limiter on the FTR? I know you can get. I know the FTR has like a speed limiter on it from the factory, and you can get it tuned. If you get a dyno tune from Fuel Moto or a few other places that do it, it actually removes the speed limiter. So you might want to look into some type of dyno jet or dyno tune for your bike. You have the FXDR, so you could there's probably something out there for it. Not only do I remember tips and tricks I have learned from you that they pop in my head, they are in your voice. Had to ram out. My phone flew off about 2.5 weeks after getting it. Phone was fine. Would really want to mount for protection, a life-proof case. What do you recommend? So if you want the life-proof case with a better mount, get a rock form. So I'm actually giving this away. Tomorrow I'm going to be announcing the winner for this. This is the motorcycle handlebar mount. If you want to use your own case for it, they have a universal adapter. You might want to check it out. There's going to be a link that's coming up over here. And it's going to say, go to Rockform, use code DANA25, you get 25% off. I actually got 2 of them. I'm giving one away for the September patrons. So if you want to be entered automatically, there you go. All right. I gotta get through this. We're gonna jump into this stuff. We're gonna get through this stuff. You guys, I love this. You guys are awesome with this. A bit of target specification, literally heard. Dan Fireman says push, push, push. Awesome. Remember, if you're counter steering, also use your body to go towards. So if I'm going this way, I'm pushing that way to go that way, right? But I'm also going to lean towards my hand a little bit, and that's going to help out too. That's going to keep your bike upright. All right. So we were talking about dad hats. I'll get my dad hat going. But this first one is from Eddie. I'll go ahead and grab my dad hat. Boom, sucker. So this first one's from Eddie. Thanks, TC. Appreciate it. So this was given to me. This video was sent in to me by Eddie from the Discord. So guys, if you want to have... Let me go ahead and move this 1 second. So if you guys want to have your video showcased on my Tuesdays and Thursdays live streams, and if it's a really crazy one, I'll even do an actual accident review or close call review of it. All right. Later, Dagger. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Appreciate it, man. Really do. Guys, if you would like to support the channel, become a YouTube member. YouTube membership is only $2 a month, and it saves your spot. So if you can't do it for next month and you come back the month after that, it still saves your mustache and beard. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this, okay, guys? Woo! Let's watch it one more time. Oh snap, let's go ahead and put it in 10. Oh, it's 480p. That's fine. I re-uploaded it. He sent it to me through Discord. I downloaded it and then I uploaded it to my channel. I'll get rid of it off my channel after that, but it's unlisted. Yeah, let's watch it one more time. These are quick ones. Let's watch it one more time. And this is definitely a hazard. Yeah, exactly, Spot the Dog. This is definitely a hazard. I think my thing is a little bit too much. If you guys are wanting a full-on, concise, no-nonsense, straight-to-the-point, no chit-chatting with the chat, accident reviews, make sure you check out my other videos where they're only 5 minutes and boom, you got your information. This one, we're here to hang out, have fun, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay? All right. The horn seemed to be affected. Yeah, I mean, he's got his finger on the horn. Okay, now here's the thing, though, guys. Here's the thing, is that these are user-submitted videos. Even on the other videos, we're not here to talk bad. We're not here to point out only the mistakes. We're here to point out what went right, what went wrong, and how we can prevent it for ourselves. Every single video I do on that is only that. At no point in there, in those 3 things, do I add in, let's make fun of. We're not here to make fun of. We're not here to talk crap. We're not here to say anything like that. So let's keep a lot of the comments just about what we saw and how we could do better. That's it. So thank you so much, Eddie, for sending this in to me. Is this one Eddie's? Yeah, this one's Eddie's. Thank you so much, Eddie, for sending this one in to me. We're going to learn from what happened to you. And at no point, I don't think you made any mistakes here. So, but I respect the hustle and the fact that you're getting out good safety conscious content. Awesome, John. You prefer the live? Yeah, some people do. Some people do. All right, we're gonna watch it one more time. All right, so right here. So we're riding down the Road, and so Eddie, first let's put your thumb all the way around. Okay, wrap your thumb all the way around. That's it's almost like that suicide grip when you're doing bench press. You just have the bar on your hand and not wrap your thumb around. There's a good chance that when you're bench pressing, you don't have your thumb around, the bar can slip. It's called the suicide press, basically. So with this, if something happens, like a rock hits your front tire, and you have your thumb up like that, like ready for the horn or anything like that, it could knock your hand off, which can cause a problem. That's all that is. So it's not nitpicking. It's just just one little thing that I actually tell my students at the BRC1 to do, because another thing is, you know, fingers over the handlebar, or not over the handlebars, over the levers. Let's not do that unless we're about to actually utilize it. And the Naomi84 just became a YouTube member, but thank you so much. So that's just something real quick there. So we're in traffic, and I know it's a little bit blurry for you guys. It's fine. There's a little bit of traffic. There's no center. There's no passing, I don't think, right here. And we're coming up to a spot. You know, same thing. You got all this vision kind of messed up with the shadows. No real escape routes to the left or the right. He's in lane position 2. This is pretty good right here. You know, that's where I'm just chilling. So the moment he sees the vehicle, it's kind of way up here. Let's go back a little bit so we can hear as soon as he hits the horn. Okay. You can't see it because it's a little fuzzy. Okay, it's a little fuzzy, but that's fine. It's just pixelated. It's in 480p. But he sees the car in his lane. That right here is what happened. He sees the car in his lane. He's starting to honk the horn. Okay, so Eddie, at this point, the car is not going to hear you. I mean, the car is not going to hear you. So the horn, that is right, probably your go-to. That's like your panic move is like, hey, I got to use the horn. I got to do this. Let's remove the horn and get to our safe space as soon as we can. So utilize the swerve like you did. We'll see that again. You swerved to get out of the way, and you got into lane position 3 to get out of his way. And then you kept on the horn. So let's remove the horn, get into the safe spot first, and then let's use the horn as much as we want. Okay. So let's go back again. So this position right here is what's saving your life, honestly, because this car did not slow down. This car did not stop and slow down to get back in his lane behind this person. He committed. He straight up just said, screw it, I'm going to do it and commit. And that's dangerous for us as motorcyclists, is that when somebody's like, screw it, I'm just going to go, and this guy hopefully will get out of the way, that is scary, because he's also increasing his speed to get in front of somebody. Now that increased speed could definitely hit you. More than likely what happened was that this car driver just had a bad line of sight, made a decision to go, and he couldn't see because of the shadows, all this other stuff from the trees. He just straight up didn't see you, because remember, all we are is one headlight and then one tire, because our rear tire is behind that front tire. So we're like a small target, okay? We're a very small target. The moment you recognize that you saw that somebody was coming, you did your search, evaluate, execute. You searched, you saw it happening, you evaluated whether it was a hazard, and you executed your horn. But what a lot of people think is like, well, one situation creates another situation. Your C constantly replays. So you searched, evaluate, executed, saw it, put the horn. You searched again, evaluated again, and you executed something different. So you searched after honking the horn, you evaluated the horn's not being as effective, the guy's not stopping. So you executed an emergency maneuver, which was to move over to the right side. Okay, so moving to the left was definitely not an option. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to move to the right to get out of the guy's way. But what happens if that guy just kept up and took up the whole lane? Or were you prepared to go into the shoulder, or not shoulder, but the sidewalk? That could have been another option. But slowing down and moving over was good. Was really good. And this is what I talk about when it comes to that space-time continuum cushion thing, is that the car is going to do what it wants to do. If we speed up and say and bully him like, no, this is my lane, my lane, my lane, and we speed up and do that, all that's going to cause is us to have a small diminished space cushion. We're just closing the gap to get hit sooner. So the fact that you slowed down, moved over, gave him that gap to get out of your way. And a lot of people think to themselves, well, that shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't give this guy the gap to get out of my way. All these different things. But at the end of the day, do you want to get hit? It's going to happen. The dude's going to get in your lane. Whether you speed up or slow down, he's in your lane. So the only thing you have control over is to slow down and scoot over. I've done this many times in my car. Where I'm like almost off the side of the road because somebody decided to pass and they shouldn't have passed. So let's go back a little bit. We'll watch it one more time. We're going to go through the next one now. So thank you so much, Eddie, for sending this in. This was good. Good job, man. All right. That was a good one, man. So this is coming from Simon Ash all the way from the UK. The UK. What's up, Ledgero Felipe? How you doing, man? So guys, once again, this is gonna be the second accident review that we're gonna be doing. First 15 minutes of the stream was Q&A. 30 minutes after that is gonna be these accident videos that you guys submitted, and then the last 15 minutes will be another Q&A. So if you have questions, go ahead and well, not keep them to yourselves. Maybe the chat will answer them, but I'll answer them at 2:45. Plus, it looked like they applied constant brake pressure instead of grabbing a fistful. Yes, that's another good observation, Tom, is that he didn't just panic brake. Okay, so it's a lot of times I usually pick out what I see that's wrong. So thank you, Tom, for pointing out something that was a positive. He didn't panic brake. Okay, he slowly, progressively applied that brake pressure and scooted over, and it stopped, which was very good. All right. Yeah, panic braking is dangerous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Josh. All right, here we go. This is Simon Ash right here. Good job, Simon. You did a good job. So this was the hazard that came up, and it's a car turning in front of us, okay? You notice how the camera's kind of switched over? That was very good. So let's go back to the very beginning, and we're going to point out the moment that hazard kind of peaked out. And these are the things, these are the little clues that you need to be looking at, okay? So we're riding down a typical road, no escape path to the left. So he's in a good position, lane position 2, so he has an escape path, like one lane position to the left, one lane position to the right. This is pretty much the best bet that you have right here. Good visibility, you can kind of see around everything. To definitely see around everything would be to move over here, but I mean, then you're kind of in bad visibility for anybody pulling out here. So lane position 2 is pretty much the default go-to everything, okay? So we're going through here. We got a line of traffic right here. We have a Texaco, okay? We have a Texaco, we have a gas station, we have a business. We have also these mini intersections which are going to houses and everything. Okay, so these are dangerous spots. Hazard, hazard, hazard up here. Every time you pass a hazard, all right, pass that hazard, good. Achievement unlocked. Another hazard. Good. Achievement unlocked. That's how you need to start thinking. It's constantly a new hazard. It's not I'm riding all like for an hour. I have 1 hour of one hazard. No. It's a consistent new hazard, new hazard, new hazard, new hazard. Sometimes 4 hazard at once. And that's when I get anxious and I'm like, okay, that means I need to scoot back and start removing some hazards. So right here we got the first glimpse. Barely see it, but the first glimpse of a vehicle. This right here should give you a quick little indication that something might happen because you're already on high alert when it comes to these intersections. Okay, we got an intersection right here also. You can't really see around it. Hopefully the person that's going to come out of here is going to peek himself out and open up the view and then get out so you can see it. But what I can tell from Simon Ash here is that the way the camera angle is set, this is roughly where he's looking. So right down his lane. The moment I see him kind of switch the camera angle, that means he saw the hazard. So when is that going to happen? Right there. This is when he sees the hazard. And that's perfect. So he did a very good search. And now he's evaluating. He's in the evaluation stage. And he's like, what's happening? I don't know what's... Like, this is weird. This car shouldn't be moving. I'm right here. That's the whole evaluation stage. So during the evaluation stage, it's perfectly fine to reach for that front brake and reach for that clutch and get your right foot ready. Maybe even your left foot if you want to downshift. Get it ready. Okay, you're hovering over those front brakes. Okay, that front brake right there. Now, if you evaluate and find out that this is not a real hazard, go ahead and take your hands off that front brake, get it back on the primary control, which is your throttle, and go on with your day. But when you go through this whole evaluation section, get ready. Okay, so let's go back. So he does that. Right here. You see how the camera shook? I'm going to replay it again. But you see how the camera's kind of stable? It's kind of doing its thing, and all of a sudden it does this. I know I'm on the bottom corner, but it's kind of like doing this, and it does this. That's him in the bike shifting weight to that front tire. Okay, we're going to go back a little bit. That's him shifting weight to that front tire. It's because he applied a little bit of braking pressure. You can apply enough, and it's going to do that. And then when it gets that front weight or that pressure to that front tire, you can start progressively applying more and more and more and more. Now you can do it smoother, but remember, this is a panic. This was a panic stop. This was an emergency stop. So yeah, you're going to have that unless you practice consistently smooth brake pressure, or if you understand what your bike is doing. So once you get that weight transfer, go ahead and slowly move it. So let's watch that. I want you guys to see the moment the camera, the head, shakes and moves, and it goes down like this, okay? Everyone ready? Right there. Saw that? It's like, and that's when the bike slowed down too. Very good, man. That was very good. Because look how close this is. And this is the thing. It's like everyone's like, oh, man, it's not that close. It's not that. I get that close on a car. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Here's the thing. Action cameras have a concave or convex, whatever you want to call it, lens. It's like 130 plus degrees. So everything is closer than it appears. This is probably a huge pucker factor. It's a huge pucker factor in this situation. Especially since you have, your weight transfer to the front, you applied the brakes. This dude, you don't know if he's going to apply the brakes, and you're just hoping he's going to continue to go. Big issue with that. So it's a little scary. It definitely is a little scary. And this is a close call. This is why I included it in this video. So guys, if you have any videos of yourself and you have something like this, like a close call, send it in to me. Join the Discord, everybody. Join the Discord. Do it right now. Okay, I'll give you some time. Join the Discord. It is a wonderful place, and you can private message me all these things, okay? You can private message me the video that you might want me to critique, and if it's just a video of like you and I don't use it, here's the thing is like today with those videos that I got, I just made some notes. I mean, these are really, you're here, I'll say, in Ireland. Oh, I'm Irish. Oh, shite. Is that one? Anyways, I gave a few critiques. I did say something in text, but then I use it obviously in this video. So even if you just want me to say, hey, what did I do wrong or what did I do right, send it to me on Discord. Perfect. So motorcycleridingtips.com is the place to go. There's going to be a link in there that says free Discord. I will make another link that's just straight Discord. That way you can see that. What's up, Two Wheel Adventures from England? What's up, Sam? How you doing? How you doing? Very first time here, new sub. Omar, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's watch this one more time, and then we're going to go over it again. And there's the hazard right there. Whenever you see a car kind of turned a little bit like that, it's like, ooh, you guys are, that's potential energy about to turn into kinetic, because I'm a scientist. And there he's going. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Very good. Yep, and it's going to give you that pucker factor. It's going to give you that pucker factor. So when he applied the brakes, he did it in a straight line. Because remember, guys, it's not just about like swerving out of the way and there we go, we're all good. No, remember, you can create a space cushion by just slowing down. And that's the craziest thing, is nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about just slowing down. Everyone thinks about getting on a bike and going fast. Just slow down. Slow it down. Remember when you first started riding, going slow was like you were comfortable with that, and then when you got more comfortable, you started adding more speed. But that's because you got more comfortable. Didn't mean your skills improved. It just means you got more comfortable. So let's scale it back, go a little bit slower, especially on these situations, and then improve our skills, and then slowly, gradually increase that. It's like working out and only working out your left arm. You know what I mean? I feel comfortable doing it. I'm going to work out my left arm. Then you're going to have that massive left arm and nothing else. So you'll be good at riding fast, but you're not good at braking. You know what I mean? How do come to a stop? You have to apply the brakes progressively. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. There you go. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Scott. All right, look at all my recommendations. All right, so this one comes from MC Pro 40. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Remember, guys, in 10 minutes, I will hold a 15-minute Q&A. So if you have any questions about anything, if you have any questions about Patreon, YouTube membership, Discord, ebooks, any of that stuff, that I got an ebook, guys, just so you guys know. All those things, let me know. Patrons actually get 20% off of my ebooks. So that's actually really cool. So if you have any questions, get ready to ask those questions. We have motorcycleridingtips.com right here that has all the links to everything that I have, including the Discord. All right, so let's watch this one. Dirty D's. Dirty D's. Ooh-wee. So I know it. So I asked him what happened. So a little bit of backstory on this one. Because when I watched it, I was like, man, it looks like you lost a little bit of that rear tire. He started to slide just a little bit. So I asked him what happened. You know, did he, hey, what's up, Vish? How you doing? I asked him what happened. Did he apply the brakes in the turn? Nope. Speed. Speed was a factor. He said it turned yellow on him and he accelerated through to make it. So impatience can really put you in a bad spot. There's a lot of times where it will turn yellow on you and it's safer to go through. Okay, it's safer to go through. There's a few times where it's not as safe to go through because remember, our stopping distance is really kind of screwy compared to a car. And then we also have the issue of if we lock up our brakes versus a car, we could fall and crash. A car locks up the brakes, they just slide. Their balance is great because they have four tires. So when I look at this situation right here, let me go and lower the volume down just a little bit. So he's already slowed down. You hear the downshifting. You hear the downshifting a little bit. That's the downshifting. Okay, so he's getting ready to stop. He's actually getting, hacks. He's getting ready to stop. Okay, so it's getting there. He's getting to the point to the stop or make the turn. So I'm assuming it's green right now. He's getting to the turning speed. For me, turning speed is anywhere between 10 and 15, maybe even 20 miles per hour depending on the turn. Okay, anything over 20 miles per hour, you're going way too fast on a 90-degree turn, especially at an intersection. You're going way too fast. You don't have enough, you're going too fast to the point where you can't see the hazards on the road, which could be debris. There's a lot of debris in the middle of intersections, trust me. I think the next time I go out to an intersection, I'm going to stand in the middle of the intersection and record and show you guys how much freaking dirt and rocks and gravel is right in the middle. And then around the areas where cars don't go. So I'm going to do that sometime. But he's getting ready to turn left. He's getting ready to turn left into this area. But it's green right now. It's starting to turn yellow. So I don't know if he slowed down too much before the turn and it was still green. He's like, I slowed down too much, so I'm going to accelerate. So he's accelerating to get to the turn. So it turned yellow on him. It looks like it's still green. It's still green. Oh, the arrow. So he's got a green straight. So it's a green light, but it's a red arrow. So it might have... There's the yellow. So it's yellow right now. So it's a yellow arrow. To rush into it is not going to be the best bet here. Okay, so it's a green light with a yellow arrow. That means the other side it has a green light. Or I'm sorry, let me take that back. The other side doesn't have a green light. The other side is red, and it's about to turn green for them because the arrow is turning red for us right here as the camera. So you're going to have people that could be impatient and try to gun it as soon as they see it green, and then you're in the intersection when that happens. So in this situation, if it turns yellow and you're right here, this is plenty of time to stop. So this is one of those situations where stopping is going to be the best bet. So don't let don't let impatience dictate kind of where you're going. So let's stop to prevent the rest of the video. Let's stop here to prevent the rest of the near miss. But if we're in the near miss, let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh, let's go back a little bit more. You're going to see his rear tire slide. I don't know if he applied any braking procedures, anything like that, but let's watch. That's the tire sliding. Now, I don't know what his tire conditions are. I don't know if they have good tread or whatnot. But here's the thing is that when you accelerate through or into and through and then out, you're just consistently accelerating, you're going to use up a lot of traction for the acceleration. Okay, you're using a lot of traction for acceleration. You only have so much traction for acceleration, deceleration, and turning. Okay, if you use all of it to accelerate, you don't have enough for the turning portion. And if you don't have enough and you have to keep pushing it, you're going to run out of traction, which is going to cause your tires to slide. And that can be the same thing for deceleration, which is braking. Too much deceleration without enough traction, you're going to fall. Same thing with turning. Too much turning with not enough traction, you're going to fall. So if we're applying acceleration, high acceleration with high turning, you're going to lose some tire traction, which is going to cause this to happen right here. Right there. So when it happened, you hear the engine kind of, let's go ahead and scroll back. I'm going to turn up the volume for you guys. You'll hear the engine accelerate, and then all of a sudden when you lose traction, it's a panic of releasing throttle and everything basically. And you hear the engine scale down. It's going to, RPMs are going to go down, and then all of a sudden the bike is going to gain traction again. Remember, your bike is a perfect, it's not perfect, it's a way better rider than you. Really is. You have to treat your bike like it's riding, and then you're the passenger. You really do, because the bike wants to stay up. So once it loses that traction and the deceleration happens, what he did, which is perfect, you decelerate, you let the tires get back that traction that you took away from accelerating, and it's going to stand itself up. And once it stands itself up and starts to be a little bit stable, you can start slowing down, apply the brakes and all that stuff. And that's what he does when he's straight lined right here. You see how it slowed down, and he's like, oh crap, I still got to make the turn. A lot of people will panic, apply the brakes and dump it, or they'll go straight into the building right here. So what he did was slow down. He's like, I still got to make this turn. It doesn't matter what the world thinks, you know, space time. I wish I could just keep going straight and not worry about it, but I still got to turn. Slows down and makes the turn. You hear it chugging. It's because he was never able to downshift. So that is, he's in too high of a gear for the turn and that speed, and it's starting to chug. So what he did was probably pulling the clutch or roll the throttle and never downshifted during the mess up, and was able to get himself out of that situation. Remember, if you could just get yourself out of the situation and deal with the aftermath later, that's perfectly fine. Very good. So Dan, would you recommend using the inside lane on a 2-lane turn like this? Reason I do this is so many cars start on the inside line and then move to the outside line, risking a side swipe. So this whole inside right here, this lane versus this lane, I've had people from this outside lane, when they go through the turn, they'll creep into my lane, which is the inside lane. So it happens either way. It really does happen either way. The one thing I like about doing this lane, the outside lane, is that if this person decides to do that, I still have plenty of space that I could slow down in the intersection and get around them. If I'm in this lane, a big problem that I have with this is that somebody will push me towards the apex, which is the spot closest to the inside of the turn, which usually happens to be right around, like right here. They'll push me in, and there's usually like a median right here that I have to get myself around, and those people will push me to where I get close to that median, and that is a freaky thing, and now you're pretty much going in oncoming traffic. So I stick into this lane. I stay in the second lane, or the one furthest away from the actual turn, so I'm on the outside. And that also helps because I'm looking through the turn, and that means that car that I'm looking at is within my field of view. If I'm on the inside, I'm looking through the turn, the car is over here and is outside my field of view, and I have to constantly do this to look at his tires, look where he's going. If I'm over here on the outside where this camera is, that up here above me, and I'm looking this way through the turn, that car is still within my field of view. So I'm really just doing this, barely moving my head within my field of view. That's what I'm doing, but not every situation is going to work that way. But my default is that, unless something is kind of like screwing with me. Okay. All right, guys, 15 more minutes of Q&A. Thank you. Let me go back. Sorry. Thank you, Simon Ash, MC Pro 40, and Eddie for sending in the videos. I really appreciate everything. Oh, Vincent Jardian, thank you for sending me this one from a compilation of the original. Posted the one showing some road action. All right, cool, awesome, thanks. So guys, we got some new people. Low riding, just snap. Oh my gosh, Josh, I'm assuming you just joined the Discord. That is awesome, man. Thank you for joining the Discord. So guys, if you would like to join the Discord, there's a link right here, motorcycleridingtips.com. There's going to be a spot that you kind of scroll down. In fact, let me show you guys what it looks like. So let's go up here. I'm going to click this. So when I click motorcycleridingtips.com, this is what it looks like. So if you want to help me with support men's mental health, which is over here on the bottom, to sponsor me, $3,242 out of $10,000. I'm trying to raise money for men's mental health and prostate cancer research. So if I click that, I'm going to open a new tab. It works great on your phone. If I click that, it takes me to my Dan Dan the Fireman page. So if you want to support me, you click sponsor me, and then learn how to ride for free. Let's go over here. So this is the DDFMcrew.com. See how it's the best thing ever? The free chat, the Discord, absolutely free. Absolutely free. And there's 1,474 members. So it's a great place. 319 Discord partner. I'm actually partnered with them, so it's pretty cool. Over here, Patreon right here, and then my shirts and any type of stuff that you like, and then all of my other things right here. All my other things right here. So it's a really cool link. I really like it. Makes things easy. How do you apply your brakes and downshift at the same time? So it's not its own special thing, okay? So downshifting, we all know downshifting. If you don't know, it's fine. Downshifting, you need to find that friction zone, and then you need to downshift while blipping the throttle back. Okay, so it's a roll off the throttle, downshift while pulling the clutch. So that's how you downshift. So if you know how to shift, do your shift. While you're doing that, so you say, how do you apply your brakes and downshift at the same time? You're doing your downshifting, and when you blip that throttle down and you blip it back to match the friction zone and the shift, you can still reach your fingers and still apply brake pressure. So you can actually apply brake pressure, pulling that clutch and downshift while still applying brake pressure. So it's two different things. It's not a braking and downshifting thing. It's downshifting and braking. You're just adding them together. That's all it is. I do have some girl t-shirts. So all the t-shirts that I have on Amazon, you can get it in women's sizes too. So it's just downshifting and you're reaching for that front brake. That's all it is. Here's the thing though, if you're downshifting, you're trying to brake, let's say it's not an emergency, engine braking is going to help you out. Okay, engine braking. So if you downshift, the engine braking, the forces of the engine and everything, the retarding forces, that's what it's called, is going to actually slow you down. Braking, the actual braking with the rotors and the brake pads and all that stuff, very good to coupled with engine braking. So if you have to, practice that. Practice your downshifting, applying a little bit of brake pressure. Remember, it's just a little bit of brake pressure. We're not slamming it. You might want to try that out. Practice it in a parking lot. Practice it on the road when there's nobody around. Downshifting, upshifting, all that stuff. Great thing to do. All right, so like I said, we got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes of the live stream. I have a video that's going to come out later today, the Insta360 review, and then tomorrow I have a video that's coming out that you guys love. You like those really fun, really quick videos. Tomorrow's video is going to be it's another accident video. So tomorrow's video is going to be, oh, somebody got their knee messed up. Somebody got their knee messed up in a turn. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Jefferson B, is it necessary to rev match when downshifting? To do it safely and smoothly as possible, yes. Now, can you do it without rev matching? Yes. I mean, I don't think about rev matching. I just try to make it as smooth as possible. And the best way to do that is to really get down the friction zone and then your throttle. Really get it down. You're pulling it in and you're rolling off the throttle, you're shifting, and then you're kind of doing this. You're kind of doing this. And when you get smoother, when you're doing this, you pretty much rev match, because when you pull in the clutch, you have power to that rear wheel, and when you roll off the throttle and you shift and then you do this again, you're pretty much making it so that it's not like it's just smooth. And it just takes practice. Your goal should be when you're shifting to make it as smooth as possible. Not as fast as possible, as smooth as possible. Once you get that down, speed comes later. Specific topics for Q&A? No. It doesn't have to be motorcycle related, guys. Ask me anything. Ask me anything, man. I like the short vids. I can watch them while on lunch. Awesome. All right, does anyone know if the V.M.A.R. helmets are good? Well, I've never heard of V.M.A.R. helmets. Oh, 1 second. Let me look for V.M.A.R. Ooh. Let's see. So, let's go back. This is the beauty of live streams. So, V.M.A.R. helmets. I'm just going to grab... Oh. Licensee of Simpson brand for Europe and Israel. So, there's Simpson helmets. That thing just popped up. So, there's Simpson helmets. So, I'm just going to click this one. So, speed. I'm going to choose my helmet. So, this looks like it's a Simpson helmet. Yeah, I want that one. All right, focused on the speed. Okay, Hurricane. Okay. All right, so this is what I wanted to look at. Okay. Where's the information on the rating system? That's the one thing I look for first, is if it is ECE or SNEL rated. It's got pin lock system though, that's good. Alright. Surprised they don't show it on their own website. So V.M.A.R. Rocky Mountain ATV. So it looks like they sell them in the United States. So let's click the Zephyr one. Zephyr. ECE 2205. Okay. Engineered in Italy and manufactured in China. ECE 2205. Okay, so that's fine. They're good helmets. As long as they have ECE. Now you work with what you got. So ventilation and all that stuff. Yeah, I like them. Cool. Thanks for bringing it up. I've never heard of them. All right. I got a video coming out later today. Well, for me, that day just changes in 10 minutes. What a checklist you do for your bike before riding would make sense with a car? I know that sounds like it's... No, it's not a silly question. So the T-clock system. So you're checking the tires. You're checking fluids. You're checking, chassis. What else? Oil and other fluids. The controls. Yeah, sorry, I'm like drawing a blank. And the stands. So you don't have to do T-clocks. You just do T-clock. But yeah, you do like a weekly check. I check every once in a while. If all of a sudden I feel like my car is kind of turning to the side a little bit, I'll check the tire pressures and I'll fill them up to diagnose that problem. But yeah, definitely do that. Create your own. I bet you there's a checklist for your car or your truck. Margaret River, Western Australia. Nice. Hello, mate. Jefferson B, does it damage anything if you don't? So the smoother you go, it's going to be a safer ride, because if you're choppy on your primary controls, you're going to be choppy everywhere else. If you try to shift in the middle of a turn and you're super choppy and you get that rear tire spin, that could be dangerous. Your clutch plates will probably last longer if you're not grinding the crap out of them. And when I say probably, I know I say probably a lot. It's going to keep them from really getting messed up. Any plans on making passenger vids? Yes, I got a request from my patrons to do a passenger video with Nikki on the back, and I kind of just explain the hazards that I see while she's on there. Tom Burr, my MSF rider coach, calls the throttle clutch relationship like wringing out a wash clutch. Yes, I like that, dude. Guys, if you hear anything like that is like relatable to people, I would love to hear it. I'm all about the not the technical terms. I'm all about the relatable terms. So yeah, wringing out. Yeah, it's like wringing it out. Nice. I'm gonna use that. I'm stealing it. Would you say the MSF BRC provides enough experience to ride your first bike 10-ish miles home on? Yes, it will. Is it gonna provide you enough experience to ride it fast in those 10 miles? No. It's gonna provide you the experience to get there safely from point A to point B as safe as possible. That it's definitely gonna do that. And then from there, you gotta still continue to build up your skills And that's something that I offer on the DDFMcrew.com. It's something that you can definitely do in a parking lot, practice the skills you learn in the class. But yeah, you'll feel confident enough to do that by the end of your 2 days of class. Robert Ricker, how you doing? Is there any sort of equation to determine horsepower on a Harley based on the specs they provide? The Scout Bobber shows 100 horsepower, but I don't see anything listed on Harleys. Yeah, they tend to not. Here's the thing: is when companies market and advertise a feature, that's because they want you to know that. There's a reason why Harley doesn't. They don't tell you that because they're pretty low. It's about 50 horsepower on a Harley. Indian Scouts and all the other Indians, they market that, and that's why I say Indian Scout 60s are more powerful than the Indian. The Harley Sportsters. Indian Scout 60s are pretty much more powerful. And they're cheaper. You get a little bit different from Harley, but you also get a lot from Indian. Have you ever heard of Arch? Yes. Keanu Reeves motorcycle. Yes. Really cool bikes. Really cool bikes. He's been insanely supportive of the motorcycle industry. Check it out. Can you give us some tips for driving down steep hills and starting off on going up them? We have lots in Wales. Okay, so driving down steep hills. So your rear brake's really going to help you out on the steep hills. If you feel like you're getting out of control, apply a little bit of rear brake and really try to slow down. Engine brake. Get in the right gear for it. So don't get in a high gear, just go crazy down the hill. Get in the right gear for it and use your rear brake over your front brake, unless the front brake is to prevent or is to make you stop. If you're getting to the bottom, you need to stop. Front brake. Rear brake is going to help you out with that. How to start up on them. Same thing. Rear brake will hold you in place. Get that friction zone and throttle. And then once you start feeling the power, start moving the bike, then you can get going. Now it's going to be slow to start, but then once you get used to it, you're going to just take off and it's going to be easy. I do have that video on ddfmcrew.com. Let me go there real quick. I'm not going to play it, but I want you guys to know that I do have these things. So road techniques, it's in here. And then start on a hill. And I talk about starting on a hill. So it says really focus on the rear brake, friction zone, throttle. Also square up your handlebars so you don't take off at an angle. This will help balance. Do not worry about other drivers on the road. So I actually show you on a hill. So if you want to go to ddfmcrew.com, there's that right there. Good question. Good question. What's the whole ECE versus Snell argument about? I hear very strongly statements from people arguing what's better with. They're the same, pretty much. I'm gonna boil it down for you guys. They're the same. The only thing that Snell does is they test it with like a different anvil, and it's a little bit harder that they do it. So some people say, well, that's not a. Nobody cares about that test. Why are you doing that? ECE is better. I hear that all the time. ECE is also European. It's a government entity. It's Europe. It's the government. Snell is a private corporation, non-profit, that tests them on their own. So if you trust third-party over government, then pick Snell. If you trust ECE or you trust Europe, stick with that. I personally don't trust governments. I'll pick Snell over ECE. But ECE, the way they test things and how it's done, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. You got the low riding. You got the Fury Jaggings too. Nice. Yeah, they're great. Matt Miller, motorcycles don't use an inspection like a car, right? So, like an inspection light. There are some trouble codes that get pushed out on bikes. Yeah, they're really pricey, Mike. From Russia, can you explain the reasons for not holding 1-2 fingers over the front brake lever constantly? Panic. Everyone just clenches on a panic. If you have those two front fingers and you clench on that panic, you just removed all other options that you have. So train yourself not to do that. Train yourself to have your hand over the handlebars and then only reach in an emergency. Lights taking an M7 this weekend, looking at my first bike on Monday. Nice. Good luck, man. Good luck. What's up, Mark? How you doing? What would you consider a good starter adventure style bike for a short rider? A TW200. Well, that's a dual sport. Adventure style. It's like a Versys. Problem is, short riders and adventure bikes don't really mix too well. TW200 would be a good one, though. It's only 200 cc's, though. That's the problem. It's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Short rider adventure bikes they have a high seat height because they need to have a high clearance when they go off road. So that's the problem that we have as short riders. I'll have to look that one up. Is there a reason you don't use high vis gear? Just wondering, because all the safety methods show us safe as possible. Yes, so to be absolutely 100% safe as possible while riding, the best thing you could possibly do to be 100% safe is to not ride. So I choose to mitigate as much as I possibly can, and I'll use mostly white gear. You notice I use black and white, or a lot of white gear. But the thing that's really going to keep you safe is knowing the hazards, seeing the hazards well ahead of time, having the skills to evaluate and execute those evasive maneuvers for those hazards. Because at the end of the day, remember, people don't see us, right? Like, we're invisible. So why would I have super high vis gear and really trust that to keep me alive when people don't see me anyways? So my goal is to not necessarily be seen 100% of the time. My goal is to avoid hazards 100% of the time. And high vis gear won't really give me the best bang for my buck. You know what I mean? When it comes to keep myself safe. Appreciate it, Scott. Okay. So when you slow down and stop, should you use your rear brake while the clutch in, changing, slow down, or slowing down first? Always worry about locking the rear wheel. It rains a lot in England. So you're gonna want to engine brake. So that's like downshifting. Rear brake is only going to provide you like 20-30% of stopping power. And then once you start braking, you're going to have that weight transfer to the front tire. That rear brake is not going to do much at that point. When your weight transfers to that front tire, you're going to want to use more front brake, but you want to keep your handlebars squared. So to worry about skidding and locking up that brake, start practicing your progressive brake pressure. And same thing with your foot, progressive pressure onto that front or that rear brake. So it's smooth pressure, not smack. It's smooth pressure. That's just something you have to practice. You really have to practice that. And it's scary. I mean, you pick up like the 15, 20 miles an hour in a parking lot and then apply that braking pressure. It can get scary, but you have to practice it because that's what happens out on the road. So use of high vis gear really is a psychosomatic for, yes. So a lot of people will think that, you know what, I got high vis gear, I'm safe. Nope. High vis gear can help, but it doesn't make you safe. It's a false sense of security. Knowing what's happening before it happens is what's going to keep you safe. All right, guys. That's our 1 hour live stream. I'm going to go ahead and get back to editing, and there's going to be a video out today, and there's going to be a video out tomorrow at 2 p.m. So, guys, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will be streaming for 1 hour to answer your guys' questions, go over user-submitted videos. So make sure you guys send them in. Join the Discord, okay? Join the Discord so that you can get access to all of that, and so you can send me your video if you really want to, and so I can go over it. But I will be doing these Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was doing a lot more. I was doing a lot more for a longer amount of time, but here's the thing is I've got so much stuff crammed in right now, and I really want to make the best content possible, so I'm constantly figuring things out. So guys, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Thank you to my 2 YouTube members that joined up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Here's the Discord right here. It's absolutely freely. It is live. I'm gonna put stream. So welcome, guys. Tom, I might have a 3-hour marathon at some point. Probably as a like celebration of you know, like 115 or 110,000 subscribers, you know, just something like that, or if I have the time. But it's better to just say, you know, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 1 hour at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, boom, done. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got a new accident video coming out, boom, done. That's 5 videos a week. That's 5 videos a week. It's a lot. But who knows? We might go back to the 3-hour long live streams. These are a little bit easier to digest, these 1 hour live streams also. You're welcome, Lowriding.